Welcome. Have you ever asked, who wrote each book of the Bible? In this video, I'll guide you through all 66 books, explore the 40 traditional authors, and also share what modern scholars say. Traditionally, the Bible was penned by approximately 40 human authors, spanning over 1,500 years, from Moses to Apostle John. At the same time, most believers affirm that God authored the Bible through these individuals, inspiring their writings. But did they really write all the books attributed to them? That's what we're exploring today. The Old Testament, Genesis to Deuteronomy, traditionally attributed to Moses. These are known as the 5 books of Moses, or the Torah. Scholars, however, suggest they were compiled from multiple sources, often labeled J, E, D, and P, over several centuries. Joshua to Esther. Joshua is believed to have written the book that bears his name. Judges and Ruth are sometimes linked to Samuel, though authorship is uncertain. The books of Samuel, Kings, and Chronicles were likely compiled by prophets or scribes during or after the exile. Ezra and Nehemiah may have been written by Ezra himself, with Nehemiah contributing to his namesake book. Esther's authorship remains unknown. Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Song of Solomon. Job's author is a mystery, though some attribute it to Moses or an ancient poet. Psalms was written by David, Asaph, the sons of Korah, Solomon, and others. Proverbs is largely by Solomon, with sections by Agur and Lemuel. Ecclesiastes and Song of Solomon are traditionally attributed to Solomon, though scholars question if he wrote them directly. Prophets, major and minor, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, and Daniel, are attributed to the prophets named in their titles. However, scholars note that Isaiah, for instance, may have had multiple contributors over time. The 12 minor prophets, Hosea through Malachi, are traditionally linked to the prophets themselves, though the exact historical figures may differ from what we assume. The New Testament. The New Testament, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. Traditionally, these are the 4 gospel writers: Matthew, the tax collector; Mark, the companion of Peter; Luke, the doctor who traveled with Paul; and John, the beloved disciple. Most scholars believe the Gospels were written anonymously, and that names were added later based on oral tradition. Acts, attributed to Luke, as a sequel to his Gospel. Pauline epistles. Paul wrote at least 7 letters with certainty: Romans, 1st and 2nd Corinthians, Galatians, Philippians, 1 Thessalonians, and Philemon. Other letters like Ephesians, 1st and 2nd Timothy, and Titus. James is attributed to Jesus' brother. Peter wrote 1st and possibly 2nd Peter. John the Apostle is linked to 1st, 2nd, and 3rd John. Jude again is believed to be another brother of Jesus. Revelation, traditionally written by John, possibly the same as the Apostle John, but some scholars believe it was another early Christian named John of Patmos. Personally, what fascinates me is how tradition gives us names and a meaningful continuity. Moses the lawgiver, David the king poet, Paul the missionary, while scholarship urges humility. Most books came from evolving communities, through layers of redaction across centuries. This dual understanding deepens my appreciation. The Bible feels both personal and communal, rooted in human lives, yet believed to reflect divine guidance. So whether you're a person of faith, a curious skeptic, or a student of history, knowing who wrote the Bible adds a deeper layer to how we read and understand it. If this helped you learn something new, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into Bible history and theology. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.